Hey everybody, it's Stock Picks by Tim, and right now I've got a late night video for you. You might be watching this not at night, but this is when I'm uploading it. And I wanted to get into crypto because it's been pumping, and it still is. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin, we're going to look at Ethereum, and we're going to look at Cardano. I'm going to show you a potential strategy you can play moving forwards that you're going to definitely want to keep a watch on. Now, if you like my videos, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I definitely appreciate your support. Consider checking out the links down below for some free stocks and cryptos. Consider joining the YouTube membership to support me. And let's take a look at some crypto stuff. Now, first off, Bitcoin. You'll see that we did come up towards right around 21,000, a little bit over that, and now we're retracing. And here's a clear pattern for you to watch. If we break down, we're likely going to pull back. If we break up, we're likely going to push new recent highs. And you'll notice a similar thing the last times we kind of started leveling out. You'll see the last times right here, just the last couple of days, we had our pump, started trading sideways, saw a breakout to new highs. You're going to want to see that. If we can break this high, if we can break this 21,000 area, we're going to likely continue pushing. One thing to be aware of though is the RSI is becoming quite overbought, and the MACD is definitely getting overextended well to the upside, looking like it's ready to turn back down. And while this is great, some people are in disbelief, some people think this is going to continue. One thing you need to be aware of is just as quickly as this comes up, it can just as quickly come down. And I'll show you a perfect example. Here on November 7, right about at the same level, right? Literally 2 days later, and Bitcoin created its low, this 15.5 area. So while this pump is great and everything, just be aware that it can quickly get taken back. I'm not saying it will, and I personally believe the bottom could be priced in, but in reality, it could only be a couple of days time and this pulls back. But there is one thing to think about. What happened here at this time? Well, this was anticipation of CPI. And then CPI came out on Thursday, November 10th, and it bounced Bitcoin back up, but it didn't really sustain it. It just kind of traded sideways since then. And this could be the stock market having to do with Bitcoin's drop here and then subsequent raise, sideways action afterwards. And also, of course, we're right in that middle point of the halvings, typically the bear cycle. And if you guys have stuck around, I did say right around 4 months from now, we should see Bitcoin pumping because that marks about a year from the next halving. But who knows, maybe just the anticipation of it, the more and more people get into Bitcoin, the more and more people realize how the halvings work, and potentially these cycles can come in earlier and earlier, being that everybody's anticipating it. Now another thing, Cardano also seeing a great push as well. Today just created a new recent high, 37 cents. And it's crazy to believe right around 12-13 days ago, we were at 23-24 cents. Now one thing you want to see with Cardano is this descending resistance. Does look like we broke out of it, but you're going to want to watch and see how it continues to behave. It barely just broke out of it from about 34 cents. We can definitely retrace and fall back in it, but I remain cautiously optimistic here. Now I also wanted to pull up Ethereum, and you'll see that since November of 2021, this is where the general bear market for stocks and crypto began. Ethereum's been in a pretty clear descending channel here, and we just broke out of it, and it has been nothing but green ever since. Now one thing you do need to be aware of though is the RSI is more overbought than it's been in quite a long time. And I mean since January of 2021. However, just because it's overbought doesn't mean it can't continue. It can definitely pull back, trade sideways for a second, let that RSI reset, and then go on its next leg up, just like we saw here. I mean, if you're looking at this here and saying it's the most overbought it's been in quite a while, and you would have sold right there, well, you would have made a big mistake, because after this point here in January of 2021, with Ethereum right around 1,500 or so, in literally 3 to 4 months of time, it made it all the way to about 4,300. And over that time period, it didn't even come close to being that overbought on the RSI. Now, one thing you may notice here is we don't have a whole ton of volume compared to this time right here. That's definitely something you gotta watch out for. So if you're thinking about getting in Ethereum, Bitcoin, or Cardano, just know, over this bear market, they're still extremely beaten down. And I don't think it's gonna matter if you bought at 15 or 20,000 on Bitcoin. Although, of course, like I said, the gains will be more the lower you get. However, looking long term, I don't think people are going to be complaining about getting Bitcoin at 15, 20, or even 25K and up. And just going back to that November 7, that huge fear day on Bitcoin where we went from the $20,000 area to 15.5 to our low. There's the 50 and 200 MA cross. And when the 50 flips the 200, that's a bearish signal to sell. And what did we see on the 3rd of January? Well, we just saw the 50 and 200 MA cross in a bullish way. The 50 crossed over above the 200 and it hasn't crossed back since. That would have been a great buy signal. But let me know below, guys, if you're just long-term holders of Bitcoin, just a buy dollar cost average strategy, or if you like to trade from time to time. And if you do like to trade Bitcoin, even stocks, what indicators do you guys like to use? That's all I got for you for now. In the end, we'll see if this pump is sustained. I remain hesitant, but optimistic. And as we know, macro-wise, things are slightly improving, but still, I'd say bad. But remember, the stock market is forward-looking, and of course, crypto Bitcoin specifically has the halving event. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a good rest of your day.